I mean, I wouldn't like think about it another time. I will go next time and the next time and the next time and the next time. I mean, what we're going for is stronger than what will hold us back. And for that, I think I will go yes. I will not, hesitate for not going.
And what do you think of the support here today?
This is what makes us go. And the need in Gaza what makes us go. So there is two ways mission that we've been doing. People, energy and love, which send us, and people in Gaza who waiting there. And I think people are recruiting, people are really feeling the humanity, and this is what really matters. We had a bloodbath in that shape, we had a massacre, and we were completely felt isolated and lonely, and by miracle we managed to flip the frequency and broadcast on a different frequency they didn't block. Look, I'll show you something. I'll show you something. Look what they've done. Every single chip was twisted. Every mobile phone was thrown in the sea. Every camera was thrown in the sea. They confiscated all the tapes. They didn't want to see what they've done inside the ship. They didn't want anybody to see what they've done to the ship.
Your footage?
Yes, but we had another plan. We had a secondary plan which, thank God, worked, and we didn't know that people were watching, to be honest with you. We thought that we were isolated because they blocked the internal screen. We didn't know that we are broadcasting, but thank God that everybody in the whole world watched what they're doing, and that's what they've been doing in Palestine on a daily basis, and in all their ugly missions, ugly illegal missions. That's what they've been doing under the night, in the darkness, so nobody see. This is a friend of mine, Akram, who was shot. This bullet was in his pocket, like here. He just was sleeping when he was shot from the helicopters. The bullet went straight from here into his heart. Another friend of mine who was just basically taking a picture, he's a journalist, he was shot here, his brain fell in my hands. I had his white brain in my hands. I mean, they've done nothing. We were just like, we were not prepared for what they've done. And for what they've done. And to be honest with you, if we want to kill Israeli soldiers, we would have killed them because they were between us. But we had a commitment that we're not going to use violence. We took the soldiers, we disarmed them, and we sent them back to the Israeli soldiers. And they shot the doctors who took them back to them. So we got Israeli soldiers, 5 of them, we disarmed them, took them back to the Israeli soldiers, and they shot them.
Show this, I hope.
I mean, and they had 3 cameras, 3 Israeli cameras, and they were doing that film, and they doing their version of editing. One of the soldiers' gun was missing on the floor. The soldiers picked it and put it in a bag, called the cameras. I was with this because I was using it as a human shield to open small cabins and to be, to lead the soldiers. He picked up the gun, he put it inside the bag, and then he called the camera, and on camera, he opened the bag, and he took the gun in front of the soldiers. It's just shame.
And as a very final note, I mean, what do you say to reports that, obviously the Israelis are saying that there were knives on board, you were armed, that sort of thing. What would you say to that?
I told you, they've just picked up the gun, their own gun, which were disarmed from their own soldier, put it in the bag, one pistol, one only pistol. And then they have kitchen knife. We have 600 people on board. Obviously we have kitchen knives, we have chairs, if they call that a gun. It's a legitimate self-defense what we've done. It's a legitimate self-defense. One of the soldiers landed on my head and he was shooting. He circulated me by bullets. What would you do if you were in my position? I was catching his hands, trying to get him to shoot in the air instead of shooting at me. If that's an attack, call it an attack. But for me it was a self-defense. Otherwise I wouldn't be here talking to you. I would have been dead.
Thank you very, very much.
What are you going to do now that you're back?
We're going to recruit more. We're taking 62 ships to Gaza at some point. We're going to keep pushing. We must get the international community to move. We must end the siege, the illegal siege in Gaza. We must celebrate democracy, and we must let our own democracy be celebrated all over the world. And let us break our own siege first. Our own siege is the most important siege that we need to break, and then we can go to Gaza. And it's a very symbolic piece of land in the whole universe, and it's a very symbolic mission that we should all do, breaking the siege of an isolated civilian community who are living with nothing but hope that we will interfere. So we're not going to let them down. I think we should go and help them. They need us. They really need every one of us. We shouldn't sit in our homes, look at our screens and do nothing. We must go. We must sail out. We must come to the street. We must let Israel hear us, because Israel are basically throwing every single command in the sea.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.